Report. Let's bring in California Congressman Khanna, who is a member of the House Oversight Committee. Congressman, really good to have you on this Friday morning. We appreciate it. So the news, the most
Sandra.
Yeah, good morning.
Always good to be on.
Yeah, thank you. Nice of you to be here. So the most recent news here is that Jerry Nadler, he wants the full report still. Is this something that you were calling for as well?
I think it's reasonable for Congress to see the full report. In Sinclair, the Supreme Court held that Congress's powers are at their peak when we are investigating the executive branch. So let's get the full report. Let's get Mueller to testify. And then I think we can have closure.
He's not ruling out calls for impeachment. Where does your party stand on that?
Well, there's only one person who matters, Nancy Pelosi. She sets the agenda for House Democrats. Every member of Congress has an opinion, but Nancy Pelosi is going to set the agenda. And she has said that let's have Mueller testify, let's have the committees do their work and gather evidence, but it's premature to be making any other judgments.
In fact, her exact words on the issue were that it's just not worth it. It's not worth the political divisiveness to do just that. Most recently, we've heard from the House Majority Leader, Steny Hoyer, who says impeachment's not worthwhile after seeing the Mueller report. He said the election's in 18 months and the American people will make the ultimate judgment. Is that something you can agree with?
Well, I agree with Nancy Pelosi. I think she's had the most nuanced position, and frankly, anyone who's been in the House Democratic caucus knows that she calls the shots and makes the judgments. And I think her position has been that we should have Mueller testify. We should have all the committees do their work. We should, as Mueller wanted us to, have Congress exercise our oversight responsibility and then issue a report to the American people, and we will see. But she has been very clear that there has to be some very shocking evidence that can get some bipartisan support in order to start an impeachment inquiry.
Well, some freshman members of Congress, they are not in agreement with that. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has tweeted this out. Mueller's report is clear in pointing to Congress's responsibility in investigating obstruction of justice by the president. It is our job, as outlined in Article 1, Section 2, Clause 5 of the U.S. Constitution. As such, I'll be signing on to Rashida Tlaib's impeachment resolution. So how divided is your party right now?
Well, there are different members of Congress who have different opinions. I think they will learn that the person whose opinion matters is the Speaker of the House. I'm not supportive of that resolution, and I don't think that resolution is going to get that broad of support. But every member of Congress obviously has the right to express their opinion.
So did you have a chance, Congressman? I mean, it's over 400 pages to read the entire report when it was released.
I've read about 200 pages. Here's the thing that I think every American can agree on. It is outrageous what the Russians did to interfere in our election. The fact is, it wasn't just the Clinton campaign. I mean, they were targeting former secretaries of state. The president of the United States, President Trump, was unwittingly, not intentionally retweeting Russian agents. We should be appalled that a second-rate power like Russia had the audacity to interfere in the American election. And let's fix that so that never happens again.
It seems, though, in the hours that have followed the release of that redacted report, Congressman, that so many members of your party and of the media are not accepting the findings of the report. Are you?
I accept the findings of the report. I have said that Bob Mueller is one of the most thoughtful public servants. I have always supported him. He did a thorough job, and I accept the findings. I do think, though, Mueller, on its least obstruction of justice, wanted Congress to examine the evidence, and that's why I think it's so important for the American people to hear from him directly.
Well, we know one member of your party, Adam Schiff, is not accepting the findings of that report. And Congressman Mark Meadows, chairman of the House Freedom Caucus, is saying it's time for him to fess up. Listen to this.
It was interesting. Adam Schiff had this wonderful presser just a few minutes ago. That's a different Adam Schiff that's been on every Sunday show and every cable news network saying, I've got evidence, we're going to find the president guilty. Now all of a sudden he's changing the narrative. It's time for him to fess up and admit to the American people that he didn't have what he said he had.
And he said he had evidence of collusion. In this report, you said you accept the findings of that report, said no collusion. So is it time for Adam Schiff to fess up?
Well, look, I know Mark Meadows well. I like him. I know Adam Schiff. I think Adam Schiff's point is more about the Russian interference, and the report did say that Russia wanted Trump to win and that Trump's campaign expected to benefit. Now, it's clear that Mueller concluded there was no coordination or criminal conspiracy, and I think Adam Schiff has acknowledged that point, that Mueller made that conclusion. No one is disputing Mueller's conclusion on that.
All right. Well, Congressman, I just wonder what's next for your party with all of this. It seems like this is not going away. The report is out, and it seems like this narrative is still going to be run by your party. Final thoughts.
Well, let me suggest three things. One, we should work in a bipartisan way to make sure no country interferes in our election. Second, let's look at places where we can collaborate to get things done for the American people. Infrastructure and lowering prescription drug prices are two places. Let's actually do something that's going to help people's lives in this country.
We will be watching it all as we approach a weekend here. Congressman Khanna, we appreciate you coming on the program. Thank you.